Hey, how's it going, friends? My name is Rocco Lupitan, and in today's video, we're going to be going over how to set up your own e-commerce shop through Shopify. So this video is going to be very extensive and long, so pay close attention to this video. If you have any issues, feel free to pause the video or rewind to certain parts that you don't understand. So throughout this video, we're going to be going over how to set up your account through Shopify, what certain account settings you need to set up your shop within Shopify, and then how to set up your themes and branding for your own store. So this is going to be a very long and extensive video. So we're going to go over to my computer really quick, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that now.
Hey, how's it going, friends? Welcome to this video, and in this module today we're going to be going over how to set up your own e-commerce shop through Shopify. So it's actually super easy, and the cool part about Shopify is that they do have a risk-free 14-day free trial. So no credit cards required, and at least you can get your shop started and running and get traffic on it within either today or within the next few days, depending on what your budget is and what kind of time you could invest into your own e-commerce shop. So the first thing that you should do is go over here to the Get Started button and just start putting in your information and make your shop. So we're gonna make a shop within a few minutes and put, okay. So as you can see here, I would just put it as Rod's Demo Store. Then we can go ahead and create our store. Just give this a minute to start off. And then you should start fulfilling your information on here. Okay. All right, so just fulfill your data in there and literally just put in whatever you want on here. It really doesn't matter. This is just a survey for Shopify, so they know how to interact with you through your own dashboard, but that really does not matter. You could just enter whatever you want, then go over here, enter my store. And here we go. Here we are at the actual dashboard within Shopify, and as you can see here, this is kind of like your main headquarters for your shop. This is going to show you all your stats and the amount of sales that you have, and it also puts in insights about your shop as well. So this is a pretty cool place to be for your shop. But for the most part, for starters, I would select a custom domain to start off with. So go ahead here and click on add a domain. And as you can see here, you could buy a new domain or add an existing domain. And if you're setting up your brand, depending on what it is, whatever niche it is, or what type of products that you're selling, go ahead and make a domain name that revolves around that. Like if you're selling like fishing products or golf or sports products, t-shirts, whatever, you can go ahead and add your catchy name on there and set up your domain. But for the most part, again, this is an example shop, so I'm not going to buy a domain for it because, again, this is just an example. So once you have that set up, go ahead here at the very top page where it says themes. And as you can see here, we just have this default theme that Shopify has for us. And what you're going to want to go ahead and do is go here at the Visit Theme Store. Okay, so now that you are here, you are at the theme store, and as you can see here, there's a bunch of themes that they offer. They do offer free and paid themes, and if you're starting out, you don't really need a paid theme. I mean, the free ones are actually pretty good. I've run really successful stores, using free themes as well, and to be honest with you, you really don't need paid themes right away. Once you have the budget for it and once your shop grows, paid themes do have more advantages than free themes. There's certain plugins in there and certain other aspects that most free themes don't have. But for the most part, just by getting started, I'd recommend using a free theme. So as you can see here, just go to the free tab right here on the top left. And as you can see, these are all the themes that they offer for Shopify customers that are free. And from my personal experience, the venture themes and the Brooklyn themes are actually pretty good, and they, in my opinion, they should be paid themes. They're actually really pretty awesome in my opinion, because the themes itself are also really good through mobile, and a lot of the traffic that comes into your shop, whether it be from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever platform that you're using, a lot of them is going to be using their phones. And a lot of e-commerce shops out there actually aren't mobile ready, which can penalize them in the future, because a lot of people use their phones to get to the website. And if you have a broken website, your bounce rate is going to be a lot higher. A lot of people are going to leave your website. So you want to make sure that you have a website that's also mobile ready. And as you can see here, I will just use this theme right here, and I'll show you why. And as you can see here, if you look at the demo, the theme is actually pretty sleek. It looks really modern, like it has big bold text, and the images on there look pretty awesome as well, as once you start adding your own products. And go ahead and click the install theme right here, or the button for it. Click publish as my shop's theme, and as you can see, it's downloading the theme information. It takes a couple seconds. And there we go. So go ahead and go to your theme manager, and just for the sake of time, I'm going to make a completely separate video on branding for your own Shopify shop, and also how to customize your own theme. So I'm going to be going over that on a completely different video, because that one's going to be pretty long, and I want to save you time to at least get your own shop up and started and ready. So the next thing that you want to do is go here to the settings page, and just go here up top where there's general settings, and over here you could pretty much change your store name depending on what it is. You could add your own legal name of business if you have a DBA or an LLC. You could change all the information here. You could even change your daytime on there and the main standards for your settings. But the thing that you want to do first is change the customer email from your account email, because by default it's going to use both emails, and once people start buying products from you, they're going to see this email. So you want to make sure that you have your own customer service email, and it's going to be a lot safer, and people aren't going to spam your actual real email that you use for your own Shopify store. So make sure to change that, because I'm going to show you something later where that's actually needed. So for example, I'm just going to put example customer at my shop, just as an example, and go ahead and click save. Okay, and then once you have that, go here in payments. And to be honest with you, if you live in North America, you really don't have to worry about this, because Shopify has their own proprietary system, and they also have PayPal checkout. And for the most part, if you are in the US or Europe, you really don't have to worry about that. Next thing you do is you go here at checkout, and then over here, as you can see with customer accounts, it already has it as disabled. And what you're going to want to do is let accounts be optional. So basically what this is once people start buying products from you, they have the option to create an account so that you have a database of customers that you can start selling to and start emailing them. So for example, let's say someone adds something to their cart and they already have information within your own Shopify store. If they decide to leave the shop, if you have I think the middle package for Shopify for $79 a month, I think that one has automatic cart abandonment software. But if you're also in the starter package, you could also get a cart abandonment app, and that one's a lot more cost efficient. And basically, if someone abandons your cart within an hour, 6 hours, or 24 hours, Shopify or whatever app that you're using is going to email them to buy your product or to continue from the abandoned cart, and that's going to help you in the long run. So I would keep this optional. And then as you can see here with form options, it's pretty much good as it is, to be honest, but sometimes you might have high risk orders that might be fraudulent, and you want to make sure that it's actually a valid order. So on the phone number right here, worst case scenario, I would still put this as optional. If not, I'll just keep it as it is, depending on what kind of products that you sell. But sometimes you will have high risk orders, and I just wanted to give you that as a forewarning. So I would keep this phone number option optional right here. And then for order processing, I would just keep it as it is. But over here at additional scripts in the very bottom, this is where you put all your ROI and conversion tracking codes. So if you're using Google Analytics or with Facebook ads and you want to add a conversion pixel, if you have a checkout page conversion pixel, you can go ahead and paste it right here on this middle portion of the script page. And then over here, you could change out your checkout language, just leave it as it is, depending on where you're from and what you're selling and what country you're selling at. And then over here with the refund, privacy, and TOS statements, like what I said earlier with the general settings, make sure that you put your own customer service email. And also if you have your own company phone number, I would go back to the general settings and change that. And then as you can see, within 3 clicks, you can create everything. And then all your information that's in the general settings is going to be on there. And as you can see, the email that we have, example customer at my shop, is going to be on all the pages. So if you're going to sell something online, you need to make sure you have a privacy policy, terms of service, and a refund policy. So once that you have that set up, go ahead and click save. And then go ahead here and let's go over the shipping portion. Okay, so with the shipping portion over here at shipping origin, you can just keep this as it is unless you actually have a physical address that you're actually shipping it from. If not, just keep it as it is. And over here with zones and rates with shipping zones, go ahead and click on edit for domestic. And as you can see, these are the weight-based rates. So for example, if you have a product out there that's half a pound, or 2 pounds, or whatever it's rated at, you can charge them different prices for shipping. And for whatever you're selling, I would go ahead and delete this and add my own custom rate. And as you can see here, you could name this to whatever you want. But in my opinion, if you're gonna go from 0 to 1 pound, whatever you're selling, let's say you're selling t-shirts or you're selling jewelry or something of that matter, I would just start with $5 from 0 to 1 pound. And then you also want to make sure that for anything else, so let's just copy this because we're going to be using this over and over as an example. And as you can see here, if you go from 1 pound to 2 pounds, you can change your rate to like $6 or $6.50. And you can just go from there and so on. It really depends on what you're selling. So if you plan on selling t-shirts or like jewelry, you can go off based on this model. But if you're doing like free plus shipping, you can actually rake it up from 0 to 1 or 0 to 5. You could change it from, let's just do $9.99 or $14.99. Really depends on what you're selling. So for example, you're going to sell a pendant, like if it's something with jewelry like video games like Pokemon or Zelda, and you want to sell a pendant that you could find online, you could do a free plus shipping where they basically get the product for free, but you still make a profit out of shipping. So from that, you can go from $9.99 to $14.99 from 0 to 1 pounds or 0 to 2 pounds, and then from 3 to 5 pounds you can go $14.99 and so on. And it really depends on what kind of product that you're selling. So based on your weight on the actual product, you pretty much can change it to however you want. So for the most part, if you're doing t-shirts, I would just go from 0 to 1 pounds, go at $5, and then for every pound that it goes up, I would just add $1 and so on. And then also you might have some crazy orders, like you might have like a person that's going to order like 10 t-shirts or 10 products at once, and that's really rare to happen. But you also want to make sure that you have a backup option. So you could make it where if someone orders a product, or let's say if anyone who orders between 5 pounds to or 5 to 10 pounds up to, let's just put 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds, you can charge them a flat rate. So let's just do it like $15.99 or $15. It really depends on what you're charging. So make sure that you have a minimum and maximum as well, because you might have people that might order more products and then you might actually lose money because you don't have a rate for anything over that specific range. So make sure that you have that set up. And then the next thing you do is go here with taxes. And if you're in the US, you really don't have to worry about this. And then if you go to notifications, these are pretty much the custom email templates that people already have. But to be honest with you, Shopify's custom templates are really good. So you really do not have to edit this. This is completely optional. And then I think that's pretty much most of what you need. So yeah, that's all that you have to do with the settings, and that's pretty much it.
All right, so that was part one. Hopefully you got all the account settings done for your own shop. If you like content like this, feel free to subscribe below. I do provide a lot of value and a lot of information about e-commerce, internet marketing, and traffic strategy. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I highly recommend that you do. And now let's go over to the second part of the video, which is branding and themes for your shop.
All right, friends, welcome back to this module. And in this video, we're going to go over how to set up your branding and how to edit your theme within your Shopify store. So the first thing you should do is go to the themes tab here, your online store, and then go over here where it says customize your theme. And then we'll just wait for that to load. And as you can see here, everything's pretty much default within our shop. So the first thing that you should do is go to the colors tab right here and change it to whatever color scheme that you want. But right now this actually looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna leave this as is. And then in typography settings, you can change out the text and the font. But as you can see here, it's actually pretty modern. So it's, again, I'm just gonna leave it as is because it looks pretty good just from default. And then here is the important part where it says the header. So this is where you can add your own custom logo. You can add your own favicon for the top page of each of your websites. And this is the important part. So with creating your logo, you need to make sure that you have a really good first impression. And the best way to do that is either A, you could find a really good logo template and go from there, or B, you can actually hire someone or a freelancer or a graphic designer to make a logo for you. And I'm going to go over all the options for you so that you can have a really good logo for your shop. All right, so here we are at these two free websites. The first one is called FreePic, and then the second one is called Pixabay. I like to use both websites because I can get copyright-free images, videos, icons, templates for logos, and etc. So the first thing that you should do is, let's say you go here at freepic.com, and let's say that the shop that we're building is a shop revolved around fitness. So let's say we're going to sell t-shirts, we're going to sell fitness equipment, we're going to sell supplements, etc. So the first thing that you should put in is, let's say, just type in fitness, just in general. And as you can see here, we already have all these free templates and premium templates, and everything that you see, that selection, some of them are copyright free without attribution, and some of them do require attribution. But just as an example, let's say we go over here and look at these black and white gym badges. And as you can see here, you can download this full pack and you can look at the template for it and use that for your own logo. But right now I want to find some type of like blank silhouette. So this one looks pretty good. Let me see what else. This one looks pretty good. So let's just download this one. Okay, so this one's free for commercial use with attribution. But again, we're going to use this as an example. So I'm just going to use it anyway and then put it on a photo editor. But I'm not actually, of course, going to use it to sell it. But again, this is just an example. So let's say we download that as our own logo for the silhouette for our own shop. And then on this one, on this website with Pixabay, we need to find some kind of like background picture for our shop. So let's look up and see if there's like a picture of a gym. That one looks pretty good. That one's pretty. That one's all right. What else? Okay, just want to find a blank. See, ooh, that one's pretty good. Okay, so this one, yeah, that one looks pretty decent. So I'd go ahead and download these two. And then the next thing that you should do is go to a photo editor. But let's go back to our actual shop. So back to our shop with the logo image. The requirement is 450 by 200 pixels. And then the favicon, I mean, that's optional, but you could also change that as well. But let's go ahead and actually create our logo. So we're going to go on a website called iPicky, and I'm going to show you how to edit your photos for free without actually using Photoshop, because again, this is an example and I want to give you the free alternatives so that you can start making your logo if you have a budget. Okay, so here we are at iPicky, and as you can see here, it is a free photo editor. So I went ahead and set up my actual parameters for the image. So all you got to do is go over here where it says make a design, and then I think the parameters were 450 by 200. Let's go ahead and get that started. Make sure it's transparent. And then now we're going to upload our logo from earlier. So again, this is just an example. And text-wise, we could add the actual text on here. So let's just say the name of the shop is Supreme Fitness or something, just as an example. Actually, it's right. And as you can see here, I mean, this is actually pretty simple. I mean, it's a free alternative to Photoshop, and it can still be pretty powerful considering this is a free platform that you could use. So let's say we got that. And I've used this a couple times when I'm too lazy and I don't want to use Photoshop. So, okay, let's say we have our logo there. And then what we're going to want to do is, of course, change the actual color, because I believe our website is a dark theme. So I think just got to change the color. And there we go. So we got that going. All you got to do is just save. And then we're actually going to upload it to our actual website. All right, so now we are back at our website at the theme customization screen. So the first thing you do is go back to the header, and then we can put our logo inside. Just wait for that to happen. And there we go. We got our logo on there. And then for the next step, we're going to go ahead and add a homepage slideshow. So we're going to go ahead and replace this great image with that copyright free image that we found earlier from Pixabay. Just wait for that to upload. And there we go. And then on here, in the subheading and the heading text, you just type in "Welcome to Supreme Fitness." And have that put there. Click save. And then for featured collections, since we don't have products yet, I would get rid of that. And then there you go. So now you have your own homepage. And then if you look at the social media section, you could also add your own links. So if once you make like your own like profiles and social profiles and whatnot, you can go ahead and start adding them. And just for as an example, I'm just going to copy these right here, click save, and then there you go. So now you have all your social media sites right there. And then once that's pretty much done, there we go. Now that actually looks like a legit site now. And now we're going to go back to our theme options. And now if you want to change, anything up here, like if you want to create a blog post, or if you want to change your About Us, make sure to go to the online store section again, and then go to Pages. And then from there, you can change your About Us. So this is my About page. Go ahead and click Save. Then refresh this. And then if you want to change your footer menu or the top menu, you need to go to Navigation, and then click the Edit menu. And then from then on, you could start adding menu items. You could add your own pages, you could add a custom web address, etc. So that is pretty much it if you are in a budget and you want to make your own logo. Now I'm going to show you how to outsource logos, so that if you do have a budget for it and you're not necessarily artistic enough to create a logo, you can just outsource it and have a graphic designer to do it. And now I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so here we are at the first site called Fiverr, and then the other website is called Upwork. So these are two websites that you could use to hire freelancers to make logos or any type of graphic content for you, or pretty much anything that you could think of, you could probably find in Upwork and Fiverr. So for example, let's look at logo design. Click on Find Services. And as you can see here, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of freelancers that offer their own services to make logos for you. So as you can see here, this is just based on relevancy. But, oh, actually, never mind. It's actually already at the average customer review. So you're going to see pretty much the best gigs out there that offer logo design. So for example, this one's featured. So let's try this one out. And as you can see, yeah, they make some pretty decent logos here. But yeah, for $5, or depending on what kind of budget do you have, you could pay either from $5 to $45 to $100 to get a logo made for you. So that's the first website. And then the other portion is Upwork. So just type in graphic, actually just type in logo design. That might be easier. And just give that a moment. And then from here, you can see some of the top rated freelancers in Upwork. But the thing with that, the catch with that, is that they are paid hourly for each hour that you approve if they do really good work. So that's pretty much the key difference between those two platforms, but they are really good platforms if you plan to outsource, or for example, if you try to hire like virtual assistants. Upwork's a really good platform to hire the virtual assistants for them to manage your shop. And other than that, yeah, these are two really good websites that you could use. Look them up and just see if you have a budget for someone with graphic design experience to make your logo. So that's pretty much it. That is how you design your Shopify theme and create the branding for your shop. So hopefully you got a lot out of it. And yeah, start making the branding for your shop and start selling.
All right, my friend, now that you got your shop all set and go and running, I highly recommend that you also try out the Rise Marketer Academy. So what is the Rise Marketer Academy? It's actually a marketing hub for rising entrepreneurs who want to learn how to monetize the internet. So if you want to learn how to monetize and also how to market your own brand and your own store, I highly recommend that you click the links below and actually look into the Rise Marketer Academy. And with that in mind, I appreciate you for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one.